Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Afia here. So you guys already know I'm in my final year. I just finished my 5th year and I just finished my exams. So I did say I was gonna come and just give you like a rundown of how my exam season was, how the exams went and what to expect. I do know quite a lot of you that follow me are thinking about coming to PLEVEN or studying in Bulgaria. Some of you have emailed me, some of you have messaged me, and I've actually met some of you out and about that are here but you watched my video to begin with. So I'm just trying to give you guys some information for when you're doing these exams, just so that you know how the exam sort of is. I've got stuff written down, I'm ready to teach you guys. Class is in session, so get ready to make some notes. So first of all, there's gonna be like a huge difference when you guys are doing your exams, because this was my 5th year, and because of the whole panoramic and the C word, which we're not gonna say, all our exams were online. So originally they wanted to do some of them in person, so we would have gone in. However, because Bulgaria was under lockdown, everything basically was online. So I'm gonna start from the very beginning. The first exam I had was internal diseases. Internal diseases had gastro, hematology and nephrology. So that's what I had, 3 in 1, and basically that was a hard exam because I feel like internal diseases has never been easy, has never been easy, and you need to know certain things. You need to make sure you understand what's going on, especially with like hematology. I feel like gastroenterology was the easiest out of all of them, because gastro is not too bad. You have your ulcers, malaria, all those things, cancer. It's not as bad and you don't need to know too much. It's like reading a storybook. I like when I'm reading, I'm like, okay, this is, you know how it is in med school. You need to put like definition of what it is, etiology, the causes, pathophysiology, like what you would see, clinical presentation, how you would diagnose it, so investigations, treatment. And then if you have complications as well, you put that in there. So that's basically the order that you need to put your stuff in when you're studying here. That's the order you need to learn, and this is actually good for any I feel like any university, any medical school, because you need to know the specific and the main things. Those are specific and those are the main things that you need to know for each and every topic. So obviously, unless it's a topic like fibroids, there'll be types of fibroids, or like places where the fibroids can occur, or if you have something like ectopic pregnancy, like places where the pregnancy can be. So there's other things that you can also like add, but those things that I just said are the main things that you need to know for when you're studying for your exams. Hematology, now let me tell you, hematology, I actually really enjoyed studying it, but you need to understand, because if you can't understand, you can't explain. And that's one thing, when you're studying, make sure you can understand enough to explain it. So sometimes what I do is when I study and I try and get the information that I need, I try and make my notes, then I try to talk to myself, like explain it without looking. It works, trust me. I'm explaining to someone else. No one else is there, but I'm explaining it to them, like, okay, so this is what it is, this is the definition, blah, blah, blah. You need to be able to explain. And with hematology, there's a lot of things like like sickle cell anemia. So what would you see when it comes to like anemia? What kind of anemia is it? Is it normocytic? Is it macrocytic? How much is the hemoglobin level? How big are the cells? Like, you need to know all those things, and you need to understand it fully before you actually go on, because you keep seeing that like a lot. You keep seeing it a lot. So like under normocytic, you have the diseases that are under there. Microcytic has its own diseases, and macro has its own diseases. So unless you understand what's going on, they will ask you in the exam like, okay, so why is it microcytic? Or like, what kind of cells would you see? What sizes of cells would you see? What are you seeing under the microscope? And if you don't say normocytic, microcytic or macrocytic, that's like the end, because it's specific to that disease, if that makes sense. Okay, and then nephrology was good. It was good. The only issue that we had with him was he was very specific. He has his own definition for creatinine clearance, which is not what is in the books, and he was really like fixated on that. So we had that issue, and everybody was saying it. Was like, no, it's not the right one. He wanted specific words. So I will put the actual definition here. So if any of you are gonna be in 5th year in PLEVEN, just come back to this creatinine clearance definition that he exactly wants, because until you give him that one, he's not going to be happy. And when other people gave him that one, he was very, very happy. Let me tell you, he was very, very happy. What else? Oh yeah, so as I said before in my other video, we had multiple choice questions at the beginning, and then we had the oral parts, and I failed my multiple choice questions. Like I said before, if you haven't watched my video, I failed it because my laptop just froze, and it wouldn't, like, you know when your laptop freezes and you're like waiting for it to like unfreeze. I was like, okay, can you go back? It never like unfroze. I had to literally forcefully shut down my laptop. So I kind of did not do the exam, even though I'd done the MCQ. So I failed that portion, and then when I went into the orals, I told them that this is what had happened. They were like, it's fine. But I did get a low mark, which I think is because of my MCQ, because I answered all my questions and they were like, cool, good. Like they were really pleased with my questions. So I should have gotten like a high 5 or a 6. We get scored out of 6 in PLEVEN, but I got a 3. Was it a 3 or a 4? I think it was a 3 or a 4, but I think it was because of the fact that I literally failed my MCQ. So I feel like when they were looking at it, just thought, okay, even though I had told them I had issues, but okay. So that was that. And then moving on, we had this huge 4-in-1 exam. So it was epidemiology, infectious diseases, parasitology, and tropical medicine all in one. All I can tell you is try and start studying this from, you know, time, because it's actually a whole lot. And I actually like infectious diseases, and I like, yeah, just infectious and probably tropical medicine. I like that as well, but it's a huge quantity of stuff to try and learn. And I can't even lie to you, I wasn't able to learn everything, and I can't even lie to you, I didn't get through it all. But the thing is, in my final year, I'm still going to do some of these, so we're still going to revisit it. But what I can say is, because it's such a large amount of work to know, a large amount of information, you should start early with this. We had, was it MCQs or was it just, yeah, we did definitely have MCQs. So I think we had 4 different, we had 4 different ones, I think, yeah, for each department. And then we had one big oral at the end. Let me tell you, we finished that oral after 8 p.m. We finished after 8 p.m. and the reason for that is because she was going in groups, and she was literally asking every single person questions and taking her time. So we were the last group. I think it was let me just see, because I have my timetable. It was, yeah, so we had 2 groups before us and we were the last group, and each group has about 10 to 15 people. So she was going through it, literally just taking her time. Even when it was our turn, I was like, sis, sweetie, you really, girl. But yeah, but it went well. Immunology was, I think we just had MCQs for immunology, and that was good. Yeah, not much to say about it. I literally just went through the notes, went through the information they had given us, and it was just MCQs, so it was really good. Thank God for that. Okay, I think this order is a bit off. I wrote all my exams on like a sheet of paper, and I had it like printed and stuff, but I think I threw it away. You know when you finish your exam and you're like, bye, sweetie, bye. So I think I must have like torn it, threw it in the bin, set it on fire, I don't know, but it's not here. So, but according to my thing, we had peds, but I'm sure peds was later, I'm sure. But anyway, so we had peds, and let me tell you, this exam, So I'm very interested in peds. Like, I know you guys, I don't know if I've told you guys, but it was when I was coming to uni, I was like, I'm gonna be a pediatrician because I love kids, but I haven't had as much experience or as much hospital work to see if I really want to do it. Obviously, because of the panoramic, we're not gonna say the word, so we like was in the hospital quite a bit and then nothing. So actually I'm gonna start my rotation in peds coming up soon, so we'll see. But I know that there's, because of the situation that we're in now, we're not able to go into the hospital as we normally would, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the experience that I want. But from what I've heard, it's really a lot of work doing peds, and a lot of work being a pediatrician, and it's just a lot. So I'm kind of like still not sure if I want to do it, but it's still like an option. So however, I studied quite a lot for it because it's interesting to me. Like, I find it so interesting. However, because it was MCQ, we got they were like, oh, you guys, don't worry, it's gonna be so easy, we're gonna make it so easy for you. That exam was crazy. Like, those questions were crazy, and I went through like most of the lectures that we had. I went through most of the notes. I made my own notes, but some of the questions were like, the answer was blatantly wrong. The answer was blatantly wrong. Like, for example, I think there was a question about resting heart rate, or resting, was it resting heart rate or resting rate, pulse rate of a child or something, and I think it's 120 or something like that. But the questions, the answers that were there was 80, 100, 150. Like, it was literally like none of these is the right answer, because I remember I was thinking, I've seen this, and it was 120, like, and I was like, I think. And then when we went back, I was asking people like, did you find it? Everybody was like, this is so hard, like, what the hell are they doing? But what we realized is, I think they realized that some of the questions that they did was wrong. Compared, like, obviously you've given us the lectures, so you're giving us the information that you want us to go with, but you're giving us questions that are not correlating. So even though some people failed the exam literally by like 1 or 2 marks, they ended up passing people, because they were like, okay, fair enough, we might have given you some questions that, you know, we weren't supposed to give you. Okay, and then forensics was cool. I had already like read up about it, because we were supposed to have forensics in December, I think, and then he wanted to do a present exam, and the uni was like, no sir, we are in lockdown. So I had already started studying for it. So when we had the exam, it was an MCQ, and it was cool. It was good. Like, you know, all my, like, literally all my exams this semester I did really well, apart from obviously internal. So I think I got 5s and 6s in everything. I think so, yeah. Did I get a 4? I don't, did I get a, oh, I think I got a 4 in peds. I think I got a 4 in peds. That was hard. I think I got a 4 in peds. That was hard, but yeah. And then psychiatry, it was very interesting for me. Like, I really enjoyed it. I actually don't mind like looking through it again, like going through it, because I just find it interesting. I don't think I'm gonna go into psych. I don't think I will go into it, because I feel like I've got my own problems, honey. I can't come and be taking someone's problem onto me. No, sweetie. But it's so interesting. I found it so interesting to learn about, you know, different things. Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Actually liked it. And so when we had the MCQs for that, I literally, like, I think I knew all my, like, I knew everything, but there were some questions, once again, that wasn't in any of the lectures. So it was like, this question, how am I supposed to know? Because it wasn't in any of the lectures. And I went through all the lectures. I actually went through all the, like, this is one exam that I went through everything, like literally everything. And that's the thing. I feel like what happened was, because these normally, you know, exams in PLEVEN are essay based, so you just write an essay and you go, you know, and you have your oral with the professor. I feel like because it's always been essays and essays and essays, because of the situation we're in now and because there had to be MCQs, I think a lot of the departments literally just typed in like MCQs for whatever the case is and just use those MCQs. I feel like maybe a few, maybe internal made their own MCQs up, but I think a lot of departments just went online and just got some question banks and used that, because some of the questions they were asking in psych, like 80% of them were all in the lectures, but like 10-20% of them when like they were not in the lectures. I had literally gone through the lectures like at least twice, so I was like, where are you getting this question from? And when you're putting a question, make sure we know, because like the lectures are already long as it is. You want us to read the lectures and go and read, I don't know where you meant to go and collect these questions from, like seriously. But anyways, moving on. And then we had minimal invasive surgery. That was a really easy exam. We had like 2-3 lectures. It wasn't much, so just read the lectures. It was good. Then lastly we had clinical pharmacology. Oh, let me tell you, it was a great exam. It was a great exam because we had our clinical pharmacology teacher, which is Pendicheva, and she's such a sweetheart. She's such a sweetheart. So she would never like make you feel like you don't know. Like she would never make you feel like you don't know. However, they told us, okay, you guys are gonna have MCQs, or was it 30 MCQs for 50 minutes, and then we're gonna pick a case, and then you're gonna go through the case. And so basically we already had cases that they'd given us throughout the semester that we're studying on, and the MCQ was supposed to be like everything. So tell me why when people, because we are group 9, I mean we've changed groups because of the fact that we're in final year, but we were group 9, so other groups will go before us so we can hear what people are saying, like, and everyone was saying they're not doing what they said they were gonna do. The MCQs, you get more MCQs. I think you were getting like 50 MCQs in 50 minutes, and then some people were asking about cases, some people were not asking about cases. So I was like, hello, you said we're gonna do the case, so we spent time studying these cases, and now you're saying you're asking random questions. So that's what happened. So on the day, I didn't mind too much because I didn't really spend that much time on the cases, because there was so many exams. Like literally, I told you guys we had 13 exams in total, so I hadn't done all the cases. So for me, it was a blessing from above. It was a blessing from above, honey. I was like, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jehovah Jireh, my provider. Okay, so come to the exam, we had to do the MCQs. The MCQs were not too bad. So then when we then had the oral portion, we had Pendicheva, and she literally just asked us, I think she asked us questions about our MCQs, what we got wrong, like why do you think this is not the right answer, and then she asked like basic stuff like opioid, like, you know, the little normal stuff that you do, like, oh, was an opioid, was a cholinergic, you know, them basic stuff. And I was like, wow. So it wasn't actually too bad, and we all did well. Like, it was a blessing. Like, even though we're in the situation that we're in and we've had to do exams online, and we've not been able to go in and see patients, which is like the bad thing, because, you know, as medical student, you need to be seeing the things that you're talking about, the things that you're reading about, the things that you're studying about. You need to be seen in action, and when you see stuff in action, it makes you like understand it more, makes you apply what you're studying in real life. So that's been the issue. But the exams went well, and it being online really saved our asses because 13 exams, yo. And I'm just telling you guys, if you guys are going into 5th year, just know that your second semester is going to be a lot, and I just urge you to just take your time to start studying from before, and I urge you to like start studying at the beginning of the semester. Don't wait till the end, and take your time, try and understand stuff, and just if you get tired, take your time. Like literally, like even now I'm still like getting over the exam period, and I've spoken to people that are tired. Like a lot of my friends we talk and we're still tired. It was a lot. It was a taxing semester. It was a taxing exam season. It was a lot that was going on, that it was just too much, like I can't lie. And the fact that because it was online and you're waiting the whole day, finishing exams at 8, 6, like even that clinical pharmacology one, I think we finished like after 6 p.m. or something. It was crazy. So yeah, that's how the exams went. Thank God I'm in 6th year. Yes, final year. Yes. So yeah, and I think what I would do is maybe I would tell you about my rotations as they're going. I've had 2 rotations so far. So we started off with emergency medicine, which was just not much. It wasn't really strict. We just went in. Sometimes you go to the hospital, there are doctors that are willing to talk to you, willing to show you patients. Sometimes they're not. So sometimes you go in, you have to come back home. That's just how it's been. And now I'm currently in my optional, so I've taken the time to actually go to different places. So I went to neurology last week, which was really good. Thankfully we found a doctor that was willing to teach us, and you know, we were able to see patients with Parkinsonism, we're able to see myasthenia gravis, we're able to see stroke patients, we're able to see patients with multiple sclerosis. So that was great. This week, starting tomorrow, it's Sunday today, we're going to the obstetrics and gynecological department. So I'm hoping to take you guys with me, fingers crossed. And I'm excited for this week. So yeah, if you guys have any idea of videos that you want to see from me, let me know and I will get to them. You know, I did take a long break but I'm back and I'm open to taking suggestions, and you know, let's go, let's do this. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed for more university content, and I will see you in my very next video. Bye.